most coming into today, first day of training camp?
Football. It feels like it's been ages, long off season. Excited to see the guys. You know how it is. You get away from football for a little bit and then you start missing it. You get that itch again just to be out there in the grass and, just running around, talking junk. I would say talking other things, but you get it. A little PG-13 now.
You mentioned a long off season. Did it feel a little bit longer this season with the way the last season ended?
Yeah.
All kind of the drama that was out there in the media and everything. What did you feel that the off season went a little bit longer than typically?
No, it was short. No, it was the usual distance. I feel like I enjoyed my time, but it wasn't long at all. It was the same distance it's been since I've been in the league for the past 8 years, 9 years now. So I was just excited to get back. I feel like football takes its toll on you throughout the year, but once it's done, it's like, damn, I miss it. So that was the same distance.
You weren't afraid to express, to show some of the frustrations, or whether it was leaving the locker room after the game, and so that seemed to carry some kind of a narrative. I'm just wondering, and it let the people in with some interesting tweets that you sent out, cryptic tweets. It let the people questioning. Cryptic.
It's a great word.
It led to people questioning what your thoughts were about your role here, and then and it just fueled up after what happened. Can you go into any kind of detail on what your thoughts were during that offseason, in which you showed your frustration, and you did have some cryptic tweets?
Ask me your exact question. Because you're kind of going all over the place. I feel like you're trying to not ask a question, but just ask a question, please. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Well, obviously. Shit. Well, Coach had came up and he said that he misspoke. Like, I don't know if anybody has a family here. Everybody has family issues. Everybody has family problems in the house. Like, I was here. I did have a conversation with Coach. And I like to keep things in-house. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a player in this, I've been in the league. I'm going on my 9th year right now. You know what I'm saying? I got more football behind me than I do in front of me. My main focus and my only focus is winning. Super Bowls is everybody say they won a Super Bowl, but we've had legitimate chances at this thing. Like, we've had the team, we've had the coaches, we've had everything that we needed. And as far as us not getting over the hump, I feel like it's always asked for a cause for a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to have a conversation. And we have an open door policy. Coach will tell you he has an open door policy. And I've had those conversations. So I try to keep a lot of things in-house. But, you know what I'm saying, as regarding last year, obviously the way we lost was just terrible in any regard. You don't want to lose any game. But we've lost for a couple years at this point. And we've been trying to get over the hump. And obviously it calls for a lot of frustration. But all in all, like, as far as with that, I was here, but he did have a conversation. Me and him did have a conversation. It's all water under the bridge now, but I attribute it to, family matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like dancing around things. I don't like those kind of questions. The black and white is everybody has family matters. We had a conversation. Everything is all is well. Water under the bridge. Now we back at work, and I look at football. It's kind of hard. It's a business at the end of the day, but when you go out there and you fight tooth and nail, you put a lot of sweat equity into this thing, it starts to feel like a family. So for me, I kind of keep everything in house. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we had those conversations. Everything that needed to be said was said, and we talked it out as men, everybody involved.
Josh didn't talk about league issues from last year.
Yeah.
Where is your headspace at on that?
I don't know if you get too many more questions because you're a little.
Well, no.
The questions aren't as. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. Go ahead.
No, he talked about lingering issues, frustrations from last year, whether it's your role in the offense or having more say in the offense.
That is insane. Like, for me, like, even.
Josh said that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, for me to just want more say in the offense is crazy because I play receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what play is called. You know what I'm saying? I can't get up here and say, call this. Like, it's a lot of outlandish, obvious things where people were throwing out there or people were saying, like, as far as, like my role, like, I've been a captain on this team for 3 years. There's no question about my role and who I am as a player, how hard I work. Like, those things never had question marks, and you can't say the same thing for a lot of people in the league. Like, as a player, who I am and what I am has always been represented, and what I do on a consistent basis, how hard I work, you can see it. And my teammates speak highly about me in that regard, especially considering I've been a captain damn near since I got here. So as far as like me wanting to have say so in the play calling, like that is insane to me. Just because like I couldn't call a play to save my life. Like couldn't call a game to save my life. Like be for real.
Steph, are you and Josh good?
Yeah, that's my guy. Like that's why I say when it's family matters, like me and him have a conversation. Like I don't know if you got kids or you have like siblings, like y'all don't always get along, and me and him never did not get along. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's still been my guy. That's always gonna be my guy. So, yeah, we're fine.
Stefon, why did it seem to take until mini camp for those conversations to be had and all this get hashed out?
You know, that's so long off season that he was talking about earlier. So, I mean, I feel like it's a lot of time. And I mean, what do people do with out of time? Out of time gives you a lot of time to think about things, and you know, regarding at the end of the game or how things happen with the game, you can kind of like start mustering up like however you feel about it from your point of view or from your standpoint. And that's what it's made for. The off season is made for people to talk, and it's not a lot of football going on, so let's talk about things that's going on outside of football or how the season ended or this. So for me, I just feel like you know, it's such a long off season, so it took a little while.
Steph, how does this team take the next step?
Huh?
How does this team take the next step?
Just continue to grind. Like, I don't want to give you a vanilla answer, but shit, like, at this point, we've been doing everything that we can. We got the right pieces. You know, I feel like right now we're in a great spot. Kind of like falling kind of like to that little underdog in the creases kind of role. Like, people might be counting us out or putting us in a spot where, you know what I'm saying, they might not look at us as good as we might be or could be. But I promise you, this team is damn near working hard. Today was the first day to get to where we want to go, and we just got to keep grinding. You know, obviously we had some bad luck here and there. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. Good luck for other side. So hopefully we get some luck too.
Steph, does it add any pressure, Steph? You know, with just going through that, going to the playoffs. I mean, your first 3 seasons, having all the pieces put together, not achieving the goal, and obviously you guys back down being the underdog in so many words.
Yeah, it's not so much of pressure. I just feel like the mindset of it is we always want to win, and kind of like I kind of flip it like, so when you see my frustration, it kind of makes sense. Like, we've been kind of pushing at a rock for some years now, and kind of like not getting that rock over the hill will frustrate you. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we want to come in from more of a human standpoint. If you ever had a job and you've been pushing at it for a long time, and it's just not turning the corner, you start to draw a lot of questions like, how can we do things better? And that's when I say, like, I don't have any pressure. I mean, I feel like the pressure comes from everybody else. Like, that's a lot of outside noise, but the grind is the grind, and we've been putting the time in consistently, you know, throughout my years since I've been here. So wanting to see things turn the corner, that's where that question draws, and that's where you see me having conversation. That's when I have a conversation at XYZ. Like, so I feel like that open door policy kind of like helps us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how family works.
At the end of mandatory minicamp, Josh described it as a teamwork issue. And is it fair to characterize, is that accurate, and does it involve your role in the offense and targets and that sort of thing?
One more time, sorry. Teamwork.
He used the word teamwork to describe it. I mean, did your frustrations, whatever you talked about, involve your role in the offense specifically and the number of targets?
No, it's not necessarily, because I've been north of 100 targets since my years getting here. If you look at the numbers, I've been north of 100, I think, every year since I've got here. So it's not about targets. It wasn't when I say teamwork, I guess when he attributed to teamwork, I guess it would be like, as we're out there trying to make things shake, getting on the same page consistently, you know, in those pivotal moments, in those moments where we're trying to, you know, make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, last year we had like a real feast or famine kind of like time when we spent in the red zone, like where we weren't clicking on all cylinders. Like, we would have an amazing touchdown, and then we'll have like a miscue, and I take a lot of credit for that, just as far as like, I mean, what could I do better? How much more time could I be putting in? So that's where I think in my regard, he's talking about like teamwork. Like, I could be a lot better for him, because I know, like, I always say I can't imagine how hard it is to be the quarterback, and to our eyes, he's amazing, and he's so hard on himself. So I just feel like I could be better for him, and I will.
You mentioned that your confidence level in Ken Dorsey and his offense.
What is my confidence level? I mean, last year we went 13-3. Like, come on now. I just look at it as, let's make it make sense. Like, if you don't have confidence in Dorsey, I mean, we went 13-3 in the regular season. And that's not easy to do for a first-year OC. He had a little bit of talent here at the quarterback position, and some help. But 13-3 isn't hard, especially coming from the offense that we had previously with Dayball and everything. You know, he had a lot of success with us. So my confidence level is high. I just feel like those couple games that we did lose, we lost by like you know, like 1 or 2 miscues. You know what I'm saying? So for a first-time OC, and I feel like he does everything that he can to put us in a position to win. And I love him. As far as like you seen him a little bit last year get a little wild in the booth, and from that standpoint, I feel like I love it. I feel like going into the second year, I hope it happens again.
Steph, because of the way everything happened, I think there was also some people question if you wanted to be a Buffalo Bill going forward. Is that also outlandish, or?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like shit. I mean, the year before that, I told you I wanted to retire a Buffalo Bill, and like, I mean, it's more interesting to see how people run with a story. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of unfortunate a little bit in my eyes because, like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I had the utmost love and appreciation for everybody involved, but you kind of start seeing people with true colors when, like, they might hear something or, like, I might not clarify. But I don't speak on anything I don't want to speak on. I feel like at the end of the day, I'm entitled to speak on what I want to. I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like with my kids, like I feel like, you know, at one point you'll say I don't have to explain myself. You know what I'm saying? But for the people that support me and the people that love me, I'm always have the utmost appreciation for. But, you know, kind of like in the smear campaign, it's never winning with me. You know what I'm saying?
You still want to retire a Buffalo Bill?
100%, sir. If that's sorry, I didn't answer your question. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I got you.
Steph, what are your thoughts on Dalton Kincaid and the expectations of Gabe Davis ascending?
Yeah. From what I've seen from the young kid, he's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know. I can't say much else. I only seen him one practice so far, but I heard great things. As I'm around him, I feel like he has some good energy to him. He's real cool, real mellow, and he's real fluid in the way he runs. So I like him. I like the way he's playing so far, but I can't say much. But Gabe Davis, I feel like Gabe Davis will have a breakout year. I feel like he had got nicked up a little early last year, but I think this year is going to have an amazing year. You know what I'm saying? He's damn near wide receiver 1 in my eyes. I feel like if I wasn't here, Gabe Davis would be your wide receiver 1, and it's something that I can hang my hat on when I say that. He's extremely hard worker. He's a hell of a player. He's a blessing to be around. If you ever spend some time with him, you'll know. And I'm looking forward to this season from Gabe Davis.
Steph, you mentioned earlier being on the same page with Josh. Do you feel like you're on the same page with Sean right now as well?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I also feel like I'm not a corner or a DB. It's not like I gotta, you know, like kind of get some play calls from him. But from a standpoint of a head coach, you know, I had the utmost respect for him. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that you can always have an open door policy where you can have a conversation with as a man more importantly than just football. So, you know, I feel like we're on the same page and moving forward. That's why I said, like, it's all water under the bridge. Like, you know, I know y'all haven't spent too much time with me this offseason, and I missed you guys too, but, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But all is well in the Mafia household.
Obviously made the most of that offseason. Your camp, France, everything.
Yeah.
If you want us to all to come to France next year, we can.
Y'all can hang out. Y'all can hang out, man. That'd be great.
But what if that was most refreshing? Like, what if that maybe helped you reset for a season? You know how much of a grind it is as soon as you get back here.
Yeah, just spending that time away. It's crazy because as much as I spend the time away, I fly my trainer out there, so I still train. So in the back of my mind, I get up in the morning, got to get the grind in. But after the grind is over, you know, the world's your playground, I guess. But for me, it's like this damn, like, people kind of saw me over there, and they kind of, I guess, they would start questioning my work ethic and my love for the game and if I wanted to do it. And I was like, this damn, like, y'all see me for damn near a decade. You know what I'm saying? Dedicate my life to football. And I haven't stopped. You know what I'm saying? I won't stop. I've been the same guy. I'm going to stay the same guy. And I just, you know what I'm saying, the consistency level of it, you know. But I am getting older. And when I say that, I got more football behind me than I do in front of me. So as I mature and I become an adult, I kind of got to shift my focus a little bit at times, you know what I'm saying, but all while still grinding, keeping the main thing the main thing.
Josh has talked about that. Josh has talked about the window. That he feels that whatever the new focus and determination that he has, that the window is open, but it closes pretty
Gets a little tight now. It gets a little tight.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you feel that urgency too? Is that maybe where some of it comes from in you that leads to situations?
100%. I also was on a team that had a window just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in Minnesota, we had a real window. You know, we had a #1 defense. We had a good offense, a good offensive scheme as well, great coaches. And we had a great year. We had an okay year. We had a good year. We had an okay year. So seeing that window, and this is a way different team than that team. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like, that's where kind of like some of the frustration could come from. Like, I've been here before. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the NFC Championship. I've been in the AFC Championship at this point. Obviously, I want to take those next step and get in there. It's one thing.
If I could just follow up with one thing.
I got you.
You mentioned the way people run with a story or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the narratives that came up were like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This happened in Minnesota.
Yeah.
is it happening here? Is history repeating itself?
I feel like it's a scapegoat, and when by that I mean that's an easy way to think about it. It's easily to say like, oh, it might be the same thing. But what is the same thing? What happened in Minnesota? That is the same thing. Outside looking in, you know what I'm saying? That's the picture you got. As far as like what happened there, like nobody really had no story. I never spoke on that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to use that in this day and age of football or this time zone. This is not the 80s and the 70s. We live in a very, very different time zone of, you know, not only people speaking up or having opinions or having wherewithal of what they want from their lives. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm human. You know what I'm saying? People having opinions of history repeating itself. Like, okay, you can easily say that. Okay, give me a real answer. You know what I'm saying? Give me a real answer, because up to this point, nobody has ever questioned a couple of things: my work ethic, my love for the game, what I am as a teammate, what I do on the field, how I impact the team. So it's like, what is repeating itself when you say that? You know what I'm saying? Because up to this point, nobody has ever questioned that. I've been a captain for 3 years. Tell me what's the repeating itself part.
I would say to you the perception was that you essentially forced that trade from Minnesota, and the concern was you would try to do the same thing.
Yeah, so we're all left with decisions. When you say somebody forced their way out there, like, you kind of still got a decision to make on whether you do it or not. And then, like, I'm contractually in agreements with people, so you don't really have a say-so on what happens and what doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there is no power shift on that. Teams don't ever have to make a decision. So, I mean, forcing my way out anywhere is not my goal. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I have to at this point. I feel like I'm in a great space. I'm in a great place. I'm loved and I'm appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's all I want. That's all anybody will want in any job that you do. I don't care what you do or who you work for. You want to be appreciated for what you do. You know what I'm saying? Until that happens, until that changes. And I feel like anybody right here at one point, if you ever feel unappreciated, you tell me what your next steps are.
How much did that process of conversations reinforce the fact that you are appreciated and are heard? This whole thing.
It's just more so having that open dialogue. You know, like the willingly to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, at the end of the day, I am a player. I'm a professional of a professional sport, but I'm human at the end of the day. Like, people forget we're human. You know what I'm saying? People forget, like, okay, I might be at Fashion Week, and that does not mean I don't love football. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, at the end of the day, I guess that scope of it, they make the window real small in what people want from you. Like, people want me to just be a football player and not do nothing else and, you know what I'm saying, live, die, breathe, and eat football. But it's a lot of life out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, like, I love football. I've been doing this my whole life. Like, I've been playing since I was 5. Like, and I promise you, it's okay if I do something else. Like, I won't lose focus of the main thing, I promise. But I just feel like that's some of it, I guess.
Steph, talk about the frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, near misses in Minnesota and here.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the most frustrated you were in an offseason?
Nah, I wasn't frustrated this offseason. I had a great offseason.
You talk about the frustrations of not being able to push that right.
Oh, yeah. About not, yeah.
Level of that.
I mean, damn, yeah, because I feel like we every year is gonna be like that. I just feel like every year is a new year, and you'll have a new level of frustration depending on how much you've done in the past and what's led up to that point. Like, you wanted so many good things to happen. Like, people forget last year, like, we had a very traumatic thing that happened last year. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, football is everything. Football has been everything. And then we had something so traumatic happen during the season. People just let it, like, kind of like roll off their back at this point. Like, nah, like, we were there and it was real. So, in having an appreciation for the sport and everything that happened up to that point, it was a Cinderella story that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? We had some things happen that we were going to the Super Bowl. We got all the motivation and it didn't happen. And that's why I said, like, at the end of the day, being frustrated is real. Like, having things like that happen and you want the best for your team, you want to be in a Super Bowl, you want to make that run, like, it's human to be frustrated at the end of the day. So for me, like, yeah, like, I got frustrated, but after it was done. I was like, shit, well, back to the drawing board. So, you know what I'm saying? It's always a new level of frustration.
On that note, seeing DeMar Hamlin out there, you mentioned the traumatic experience, seeing him out there, another step in his recovery, hopefully toward reclaiming his spot on the roster. What was that moment like for you? How many emotions were running through you and the guys?
Well, it's not so much that, because I saw DeMar in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? I saw him a couple times. Like, he was healthy, running around, and having an appreciation level from the human aspect. Like, it's easy to come in and say, like, okay, he's back on the football field, But to just see him every day living, breathing, laughing, and having a good time is really where you have your eye opening. Like, damn, look at that. God's good. So it's not so much on the football end. Like, I'm more so considering or appreciating the person. You know what I'm saying? And you, like I said, people lose sight of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you bring up football, it's like, this damn, nah, he had like a charity game. He came to my basketball game. Like, he was out there running around hooping. So when I saw him, that type of stuff brings more smiles to my face. But I'll have like a little extra smile if he gets back to doing what he loves to do at a very high level. Of course, I'm going to be one of the main people cheering for him. But from the human standpoint, I'm just happy the guy's alive.
How cool was it to see your brother get paid?
Oh, man, Honey Bun Club. I'm not going to say it, but I mean, he could buy me something. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Steph.
Right. It's not the same week.